It is Game 3 here at T-Mobile Park between the Athletics and the Seattle Mariners. Mariners start off 2-0 on the season, and these are the game storylines from yesterday. Luis Castillo had a big game on the mound, and Jorge Polanco shines in the win against the Athletics. Polanco was electrifying. He had 2 home runs in yesterday's game, trying to turn around his season here in 2025 after a slow season last year. Last game, he had 3 hits and 5 at-bats. He drove in 3 runs on 2 home runs, 3 RBIs driven in, and a couple base hits, including 2 home runs in the mix. Mariners had 21 hits in the game yesterday, scored 15 runs, and we'll look to showcase that again here tonight in Game 3 of this 4-game set to start the season against the Athletics, who currently do not have a sitting. It's the Athletics and it's the Mariners coming up next here at T-Mobile Park. First start of the year for Bryce Miller here tonight. 31 games under his belt last year. ERA was under 3 at 2.94. He had a 12-8 record. 171 strikeouts for Miller. And he will look to start the season off strong here today against the Athletics. Mariners looking for a series win today here if they can defeat the Athletics for a 3rd straight game. And if that is the case, they'll go for a sweep tomorrow. But first things first, we've got baseball here tonight. Lawrence Butler attacks the first pitch and goes down the left field line for extra bases. And the first pitch Miller throws of the new campaign is a double, leading things off here for Lawrence Butler. So not an ideal start. 1 pitch, 1 double for the young Mariners right-hander. And now here's Jacob Wilson, the shortstop, who fouls off that one, and it's 0-1. Miller, 6'2", 200, drafted by the Marlins in 2018, made his Major League debut May 2023 here against the Athletics. He threw 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, and had 10 strikeouts in that one. As this ball is grounded to the left side, and Polanco looks him back and throws across in time, and that's out number 1. Let's take a look at the A's starting lineup here today. Similar order that we've seen both of the first 2 games of this series. Lawrence Butler, you just saw him. Jacob Wilson, you just saw him. Brent Rooker in the 3-hole. Shea Langoliers is the catcher. Jay Bleday in center. Zach Geloff at second base. Gio Urshela at third. Seth Brown in left. And Tyler Soderstrom is in the 9. Brent Rooker stands in, runner on second with 1 out. Check his swing, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Bryce Miller, just 1 of 3 pitchers in MLB history for his debut back in 2023 to not record a walk and get double-digit strikeouts. He had 10 strikeouts against the Athletics in his debut. Johnny Cueto, another man on that list. As that one's outside, 1-2. Last year for the Mariners, he appeared in 31 games. All 31 of those starts. Pitched 180 innings. Had an ERA at 2.94. He was good at 171 strikeouts. And there's number 1 on the new campaign for Bryce Miller, as Brent Rooker chases that one out of the zone for out number 2. High fastball. No problem for Bryce Miller. And there's 2 away after the leadoff double. And that'll bring in the cleanup man for the A's, Shea Langoliers, who is standing in here with 2 out and a runner on second. That one's outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 29 homers last year for Langoliers, batted .224 for the A's, 80 RBIs. Miller was 12-8 in starts last year. Career high at 171 strikeouts. Only 45 walks. He allowed 62 runs. And only 21 homers in those starts. just poked away foul, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, 6'2", 200. He's a Texan from Mount Pleasant in Texas. Went to Texas A&M. Downstairs 2-2. The 2-2 is fouled away, and they'll do it again. Deuces remain wild here in the first. Runner on second. Leadoff double. Staying at second to this point, Lawrence Butler. Deuces wild on the way, and a poke job foul, and they'll do it again. Up and in, 3-2 career-wise over the first 2 seasons of his career. Bryce Miller, 3.52 ERA. He's 20-15. Started 56 games, 56 appearances, pitched over 300 innings at 311, and he has struck out 290 batters. This ball is in the air towards left field. Randy Arozarena over a few steps to make the catch. Leadoff double, it goes for naught. He gets stranded at second base, and Bryce Miller is through the first unscathed. We head to the bottom half. No score. Starter today for the A's will be Jeffrey Springs. 3.27 ERA last year for the A's. Pitched 33 innings in just 7 starts. He is in his 9th year in the majors, getting his first start here in 2025. Spent 4 years with the Rays, 2 with Texas, 1 with Boston, and 1 with the Athletics starting here today. His first start in an A's uniform, and the first pitch to Victor Robles, who fouls that one away. It's 0-1. Robles had a good game last night, 3 for 5 with a couple RBIs. Mariners torched the Athletics, scored 15 runs on 21 hits. And Robles tries to drag bunt his way aboard to no avail, and it's 0-2. Last year for Tampa Bay, Springs only pitched 33 innings. He spent some time on the injured list, as this one swung on a miss for a strikeout, and Victor Robles is retired. Springs' first strikeout of the season comes on his first batter faced, and now here is Julio. Starting the season off red hot, 2 games, 2 home runs for Julio Rodriguez as he bats here with nobody on and 1 out as he takes a strike right there, and it's 0-1. Coming off of a down year in terms of Julio's perspective. Looking for a breakout year this year, and he's off to a good start. Batting .333 through the first couple games, 2 homers. Showing off the power. Game 1, opening day, hit one into the upper deck in left field. Yesterday, a home run in left field as well. Not quite as far, but still showing off the power. 1-1 is ripped to the left side, and a base hit for Julio. 106 miles an hour off the bat for the game's first hit. And he remains hot to start game 3 of this 4-game set. So the Mariners have a base runner here for the first time, and now here's the big jumper, Cal Raleigh, batting from the right side here against the lefty. Fresh off a new contract extension. Strike 1. Coming off of a year in which he had 100 RBIs, 34 homers. And the 0-1 is chopped foul at the plate, and it's quickly 0-2. Starting his 5th year in the majors, all with Seattle. He said in a press conference that he wants to stay in Seattle forever. That was after signing that big contract extension. And inside 2-2. Went to Florida State University, drafted by the Mariners in 2018 in the 3rd round. 28 years of age from North Carolina. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 strikeouts here for Jeffrey Springs in the first inning, and there's 2 away. And Randy Arozarena now will come to the plate here for Seattle. 1 on with 2 out. Julio, the guy on over at first. But Arozarena, red hot to start the year, not only at the bat, but defense has been very good as well, and Springs gets the call that time. Highlight of the year early, opening day, he robbed a home run out in left field. But he's had a good bat, batting .429 through the first 2 games of the year. Back up the middle, backhanded by Max Muncy, and his throw to first is in time to retire the side. Mariners strand 1, get the game's first hit rather, but nothing comes of it. We're scoreless after 1 here in Seattle. J.J. Bleday set to lead things off here for the Athletics, top of inning number 2 with no score. And Miller breaks his bat, a little flare towards JP, and he makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start for Bryce Miller. 1 pitch here in the second, and Bleday is retired, and now Zach Geloff to the plate. Geloff 6'2", 205. A Delaware native. Went to the University of Virginia, drafted by the Cleveland Indians back in 2018. Made his major league debut in the 2023 season with the Athletics. Last year, he had 188 strikeouts. He batted just over 200 at 211, looking to turn that around here this year. Downstairs 1-2. 17 home runs last year for the Athletics, 49 RBIs in 138 games played. Chops that one foul to stay alive. Strike 3 called at the knees. A slider frozen. And Miller gets his second strikeout here early in this one. And now Gio Urshela to the plate. Nobody on, 2 out quickly here in the second. And Urshela grounds that one foul. Urshela starting his 10th year in the majors. He's been with a handful of teams. Longest tenure was in New York for 3 years, 19, 20, and 21. Line drive, base hit, right field going the other way, and Urshela gets the Athletics' first hit of the ball game as it bounces in front of Robles. And the inning will stay alive as Urshela goes the other way for a base knock. So runner on first here with 2 out. Miller from the stretch for the first time, and he pops up Brown on the first pitch. And Ryan Bliss makes the catch, and the side is retired. We're halfway through inning number 2, scoreless here in Seattle. Jorge Polanco set to lead things off here in the bottom of inning number 2. Coming off of a big game yesterday, 2 home runs and a 3-hit performance. As that one stays high, 1-0. He came into the year saying that he wanted to stay healthy and get back to where he can be. He was still pretty competitive last year, but he was up and down off the injured list all season long. He appeared in just 118 games for the Mariners last season. Strikeout numbers were up at 137. He just wasn't very healthy last year. Good stretching play by Muncy, robbing Polanco of a hit, and throw to first is in time. It's actually Geloff at second base today. So 1 out here for Luke Raley. Pretty good start to the year for him. Homered in game 1 on opening day. Had a couple hits in yesterday's game, including a couple runs driven in. 1 out, nobody aboard here for Raley in the second. First pitch swing, just fouled on the right side. Ooh, got the call on the outside edge there, and it's quickly 0-2. Raley, 6'3", 235 from Hinckley, Ohio. Drafted by the Dodgers in the 7th round of the 16 draft. 30 years old. starting his second year here in a Mariners uniform. Swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout there for Jeffrey Springs, who already has his third strikeout of the game, and there's quickly 2 out. And now the season debut for Mitch Garver, getting his first start and his first at-bat here in Game 3. Downstairs 1-0. Garver sat out the first couple games of this series, coming off of a season that he would like to forget, batting .172, only hit 15 home runs in his first year in a Mariner uniform. Starting his 9th year in the majors. Started off with Minnesota. He played there for 5 years, spent 2 years in Texas, 22 and 23, last year with the Mariners. Fouled that one away, and it's 1-2. Second lowest batting average he's had since coming into the majors last year. Back in 2020, he batted a .167. Last year wasn't too much better at a .162, or excuse me, 72. He only appeared in 114 games, though, last season. Swing and a miss. High fastball got him. 4th strikeout already for the Mariners, and they go down 1-2-3 in the second. We cruise along to the 3rd. No score at T-Mobile Park. Start of the 3rd inning, Tyler Soderstrom will stand in. He's batting .500 through the first couple of games of the year. We mentioned it a couple times over the past couple of games. A's fans are expecting a breakout year from Soderstrom, and he showed it off in this series so far, batting .500. He's hit a home run. The scoreless game brings us into the 3rd. Bryce Miller, 27 pitches here, as he just now starts the 3rd. Line drive right at Bliss. 1 away. .91 miles an hour off the bat, right at Ryan Bliss, and there's 1 away for Lawrence Butler, who started the game off with a double down the left field line on the first pitch Miller threw of the season. First pitch to him here is on the outside corner for a strike.
0-1.
It's turned in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Butler drafted in 2018 by the Athletics. He's spent his entire career here. And the 0-2 is upstairs, 1-2. Made his major league debut in August of 2023 against Washington. He went 0 for 4 in that game. 6-3, 2-10. Ground ball back at Miller, makes the play. Flip to first in time, 2 out. Beautiful look at T-Mobile Park. A lot of fans in attendance here on a beautiful Saturday evening. Roof is open for the first time this season as well. Here is Jacob Wilson. 2 out, nobody aboard. First pitch strike. 96 miles an hour right there. Number 42 prospect, number 1 in the Athletics organization. The shortstop batting .200 through the first couple games of this series. There's a strike, and it's 0-2. Right side, 1 hop into the glove. And he makes the play over there to retire the side. Miller, 1-2-3, 3rd inning. We head to the bottom half. Still scoreless in Seattle. Ryan Bliss, who has become a Seattle favorite through the first couple of games, stands in. He hit the first home run of the Mariners season on opening day, had a couple hits in yesterday's game as well. And he has been red hot coming into the new campaign, so he has earned himself 3 straight starts. Batting .714 through 2 games.
That's a ball.
2-0. in there for a strike, and it is 2-1. 7.14 average, as we mentioned, to start the season through 2 games. Multiple hit games in each of the first 2 for the 25-year-old. Fouls that one away. From Burbank, California, drafted by the Red Sox in 2018. Finally got called up to the majors by Seattle last season, and he appeared in 33 games. As this one's fouled away to the right. Mostly known for his defense. He's got speed on the bases as well, but he has been turning it on offensively here to start 2025. In the dirt, full count. J.P. Crawford waits on deck. Turns on this one and sends it foul, stays alive. Good at bat here by Ryan Bliss to start the 3rd inning. And on the hands, foul back again. 3-2 remains the count. Good at bat here from Bliss as he fouls another one away. Made his major league debut last season in May, right on this diamond against Houston. He went 0 for 2 in that game against the Astros. Swing and a miss. The loopy curveball finally got him. Good at bat, but it goes for naught. And a 5th strikeout already for the Mariners. Waved and missed, tried to sat back as long as he could. 80 miles an hour on that curveball. And now 1 out, nobody aboard for J.P. Crawford. First pitch, Crawford on the ground right side, and that's going to sneak through for a base hit. A 1-out single for the Mariners shortstop, and the 9-hole hitter comes through and flips things back over to Robles here with 1 on and 1 out. Didn't take much time, just finds the hole on the right side. First pitch of the at-bat. And it's a base hit for Crawford. Now Victor Robles to the plate. 0 for 1. Struck out to start the game. 1 on with 1 out. And a strike at the knees on a changeup that was under 80 miles an hour. Robles starting his first full season in a Mariners uniform. One hop into the glove of Geloff at second, and that turns into a very easy 4-6-3 double play to retire the side. We're scoreless after 3 here in Seattle. Kind of a different turnaround after yesterday's game. Start of the 4th inning here in Seattle. Both teams with 2 hits in a scoreless game. Brent Rooker set to lead things off. Heart of the A's order, 3, 4, and 5 against Miller, who is looking good. Starts the 4th inning at 35 pitches. Number 36 to start the inning is a strike. This ball's crushed to right, but it'll hang. No, it will drop in. I thought it was going to hang up a moment for Robles, but the Athletics get their 3rd hit of the ball game to start the 4th inning. Brent Rooker with a laser beam the other way into right field. First pitch swing down the left field line and into the seats of Hills, a foul ball. Shea Langoliers tattooed that one foul. He's 0 for 1 to the fly out in this game. Over the 2-year career for Miller as he comes in a strike to make it 0-2. 3.64 runs allowed per 9 innings. Gets given up 1 here today. He's given up 3 hits. But nothing has come for him for the Athletics. Fouled back, and they'll do it again. Shot foul. That one just misses outside. Over the last 2 years, 7.4 hits per 9 innings, 1.1 home runs. This one's found back, and they'll do it again at 1 and 2. He walks just 2.1 hitters per 9, and he strikes out over 8 at 8.4. Loves to attack that strike zone, and it's given him success early in his career. Another foul ball, and it's 1 and 2. Downstairs, Raleigh with the stop behind the plate. Opponents batting .221 over the last 2 years of his career. Against Miller, the swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the game for Miller, and there's one away here in the fourth. He blew a fastball right by him. And now here is J.J. Bleday batting .250. In there for a strike, nothing in one. Runner on first with 1 out, big lead and a check over there. Rooker dives back in safely. Runner on first, 1 out here in the fourth in a scoreless game. Athletics out hitting the Mariners 3-2. And this ball skied in the air to center field. Julio coming on and will plant under it to make the catch for out number 2. So Brent Rooker led off the inning with a base hit. Since then, a strikeout and a flyout. He still remains at first base. And now here's Zach Geloff, who is 0 for 1. Strikeout his first time to the plate. Bryce Miller approaching 50 pitches here in the fourth. High ball 1. Geloff went 2 for 5 in yesterday's game with a couple base hits. Mariners won 15-9 yesterday.
1 ball, 1 strike.
They went into the 9th inning leading 15-2. Then the Athletics strung some hits together against the Mariners bullpen. Mariners still won by 6 though. Fly ball right center. Robles over a few steps will make the play, and the side is retired. 1 left for the Athletics. Bryce Miller looking good through 4. And we head to the bottom half. Mariners coming to bat. Julio Rodriguez set to lead things off here in the bottom of inning number 4. Base hit his first time to the plate. He's starting off this season strong. 2 home runs in the first 2 games of the season. 2 for 5 in yesterday's game. Shot foul, 1-1. Julio chant starting to rain down here at T-Mobile Park. And he grounds this one to short for Wilson. And the throw pulls him off the base, and Julio's safe. The rookie with the throwing error here in the fourth, and Julio's aboard to start the inning. Just a routine ground ball, 2-hop into the glove of Wilson. And just a wide throw, and Julio's aboard. Error on the Athletics and their shortstop Wilson. So let's see if the Mariners can take advantage of it. Here's the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, who takes a strike on the inside corner. Nothing in 1.
0-1.
0 for 1 of the strikeout. Slow start to the season through the first few games. Runner takes off, pitches down to the right side through the vacated hole, and a base hit for Cal. Julio goes first to third, and the Mariners have runners at the corners with nobody out in the fourth. The big dumper delivers, and this crowd roars. Beautifully executed hit and run. Goes to the empty side of the field, with Julio stealing second. Now Arozarena to the plate. Runners at the corners with nobody out. Swing and a miss and a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Nothing in 1. Arozarena grounded out his first time. He's 0 for 1. Julio at third. Now Raleigh over at first base. Runners at the corners here for the Mariners. Nobody out. And Arozarena fouls that one away. Nothing in 2. 3 for 4 yesterday with a home run. A solo shot to left field. Trying to stay alive here. The 0-2. Inside.
1-2.
The ball and 2 strikes. On the ground right side, could be a double play. Throw to second for 1. On to first, got him. But Julio does come in to score, making it 1-0. So Arozarena hits home run. He will not get credit for the RBI on the double play, but the Mariners do take a 1-0 lead here in the 4th. Good spinning play by Geloff. And then Wilson's relay to first was just in time by half a step. Mariners take a 1-0 advantage here in the 4th. Now Polanco to the plate, nobody on, 2 out and a run home. Strike 1. Big game yesterday for Polanco. He's 0 for 1 so far here today. Looking to stay healthy all season long. He struggled multiple stints on the injured list last year. Off to a good start so far this year. 2 home run night yesterday. 0-1, checked his swing. He did not go. It's 1-1. One hit in the air to right field. Butler ranging back. This ball's got carry off the wall over the leaping Butler. Polanco on his way to second. The relay going to third, and then Polanco puts the brakes on it. It's a 2-out double, and Polanco stays hot. Just missed a home run by a matter of feet off the base of the wall. And it's a 2-out double for Polanco to keep the inning alive for Luke Raley. Pitch number 50 on the way here from Springs. And Raley swings right through it, 0-1.
No balls, 1 strike.
0 for 1 of the strikeout is Raley. Last year, 243 batter, 22 homers, 58 RBIs. Looking to get better numbers than those on all of which were career highs last season. The 1-1 stays high. Hitters count to Raley at 2-1. Runner on second is Polanco. He got double off the wall moments ago, and now Raley trying to cash in. 3-1. Garver waits on deck. One stays high, ball 4. So now a couple runners aboard here for Seattle with 2 out here in the 4th. And now Mitch Garver to the plate in his first appearance of 2025. Struck out his first time. Looking to come through here with 2 out in the 4th. First pitch swinging. And he fouls it over the top of the Mariners' dugout out of play. 0-1. Oh, 1 in there for a strike at the knees, and it's 0-2. Checked his swing on a high pitch. He did not go. They'll stay alive for at least another one here at the bottom of the 4th. 1-2 pitch outside, and it's 2-2.
2-2.
Deuce is wild now here to Mitch Garver. Polanco, the guy at second, with 2 out. Back up the middle, base hit for Mitch Garver. Polanco around third. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's 2-0 Seattle. Mitch Garver, his first hit of the year, drives in a run to make it 2-0. Mitch Garver comes through, 2 out here in the fourth, drives home the second run of the inning for the Mariners. And it is 2-0 Seattle. And here's Ryan Bliss, who has been red hot to start the season. 0 for 1 of the strikeout here today. So 2 runs home in the fourth for Seattle, picking up right where they left off yesterday. And that one's in there for a strike, 1-1 to Bliss. The other way to right field, slicing towards the line. It's down, a fair ball. Rayleigh around third is going to score. Throw to third. Not in time, and it's 3-0 Seattle. RBI single for Ryan Bliss, who remains hot. A little bloop job down the line that drops in just fair, maybe about an inch. Oh, wow. So Ryan Bliss with an RBI single, making it 3-0 Seattle. And the inning continues to Crawford, who takes a pitch outside, 1-0. 1 for 1 with a single. 202 average last year. Spent a little more time on the injury list than he would have wanted to. 3-0 Mariners. This ball skied foul, 1-1. One stays high. Hitters count at 2-1 to Crawford. 3-run bottom of the fourth here for Seattle. 2 of the 3 coming with 2 outs. Garver an RBI single. Ryan Bliss an RBI single. And now Crawford fouls it away 2-2. The deuces are wild. And a foul ball to the left. This is wild one more time. Downstairs, full count. So the runners will be on the move now here with 3-2. Victor Robles in the top of the Mariner order waits on deck. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There go the runners. And there goes Crawford to right field. That ball's going to get down. And it's going to one-hop the base of the wall. 2 more runs are going to score. And the Mariners blow it open. It's 5-0. A lace job down the line for J.P. Crawford. A 2-run double. And the Mariners picking up right where they left off yesterday. They've now scored 20 runs over the past 2 days. And it's 5-0 Seattle, and they knock the starter out early in this one. A pitching change for the Athletics. 5-0 Mariners. So into the bullpen early go the Athletics. Mitch Spence will get the call. He's appeared in 1 game in this series so far. He pitched 1 inning and got blown up. ERA of 45 through 1 inning pitched here against the Mariners. And they'll look to continue that feat against him with the top of the order up here. 5 runs here in the bottom of the fourth for Seattle. 4 of them coming with 2 outs. 1-0, 2 Robles out of the bullpen for Spence. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout in this game. The Mariners coming through here in the 4th inning. Downstairs 2-0. Waldichuk and Ferguson up and going in the Athletics bullpen. Too low inside corner for a strike, 2-1. Slap foul, 2-2. 5 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. The latest blow, a 2-run double by J.P. Crawford, Mitch Garver, and Ryan Bliss, both with RBI singles in this inning. And Robles hooks that one to stay alive. Crawford, the guy at second here with 2 out. 5 runs home in the inning. And this ball's floated towards right field. Butler makes the catch. Lunging forward to stop the bleeding, but the Mariners strike for 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. And they have a comfortable lead for Bryce Young. Bryce Miller, 5-run lead to work with here now starting the 5th. Gio Urshela set to lead things off for the Athletics. 7, 8, and 9 due up as Urshela fouls that one away, 0-1. Mariners scored 15 runs in the game yesterday. Just picking up right where they left off here today, a 5-run bottom of the 4th. And Miller's got all the room in the world to work with now. Outside, hitters count at 2-1 to Urshela. Jammed him, right center field. Robles coming on. He will get there. And there's 1-1. And now Seth Brown. Nobody on, 1 out here in the 5th. Miller at 55 pitches here. Looking good. And he pounds in a strike. 0-1. Brown yesterday went 2 for 5. Drove in 3 runs. Had a home run.
1-1.
Ball 1-1. 1-1 pitch, top of the zone for a strike, and it's 1-2. Nobody on, 1 out here in the 5th. 5-0 Mariners. And a high fly ball to deep right center field, and that ball is long gone. Another home run for Seth Brown, second in as many days, and the A's are on the board here with 1 out in the 5th. Well, that quiets this crowd here at T-Mobile Park. Miller left one over the heart of the plate, and Brown did not miss it. A mammoth home run to deep right field. 195 miles an hour, or excuse me, 395 feet, 101 miles an hour off of the bat, and it's a 4-run game at 5-1. Now here is Soderstrom to follow that up. 1 out, nobody aboard, and a run home now here in the 5th. Soderstrom lined out his first time. He's 0 for 1. Miller gives up his first black mark on the column here in 2025. 1-0 stays high, 2-0. 3 for 5 yesterday with a home run for Tyler Soderstrom. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. So now, after giving up the home run, Miller is struggling to find the strike zone again. He's behind to Soderstrom, 3 balls and no strikes with the top of the order looming. And that one finally finds the zone. Fouled away, and he's worked it back full, 3-2. Trying to battle from 3-0 to 3-2, and oh man. Borderline pitch, 40,000 umpires disagree in the crowd, and it's a walk here with 1 out in the 5th. Now here's Lawrence Butler in the top of the A's order. 1 for 2 with a double in this game. First pitch in there for a strike at the knees. 0-1.
It's 0-1.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Runner on first with 1 out. Downstairs, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
We mentioned the stats earlier. Miller doesn't give up a lot of home runs per 9 innings. Strikes out just over 8 on average per 9 innings. And he had an ERA under 3 last year, so the runs are going to come at times, but they're hard to come by. Just 1 run given up to this point. 2-2, grounded foul to the right.
Foul ball.
somehow made contact with that, and he'll stay alive. The 2-2. Got it! Might have been called. It was a little outside, but we'll take it considering the way the strike zone has gone for the Mariners tonight. And that is out number 2 here in the 5th for Jacob Wilson. The rookie, 0 for 2 with a couple ground outs. And the first pitch is in the dirt. Good stop by Cal. The 1-0. Softly hit left center. Julio coming over, and he will get there. One run does come across on the home run for the Athletics, Seth Brown, but the Mariners still lead by 4 halfway through 5 in Seattle. Take a look at our starter comparison as we welcome you back to Seattle. Jeffrey Springs got knocked off fairly early. He allowed 7 hits, 5 strikeouts. Bryce Miller, 5 innings pitched. He's still rolling. 1 run. It was earned. 4 hits to this point. Just 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Julio leading things off here in the 5th. Takes outside ball 1. That one's in there for a strike. 1 ball and a strike now to Julio. Ground ball left side, handled by Urshela, and the throw to first is in time, 1-1. So Julio is retired to start things in the 5th. 1 away, nobody aboard. For the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, 1 for 2 with a base hit. His last time. Ball outside, 1-0.
1-0. That's the ball.
2 balls and no strikes.
2-0.
Nobody on, 1 out here in the 5th. 5-1 Seattle. Cal takes a strike and it's 2-1. Hitters count now to the Mariners' 3-hole hitter. And he chops that one foul to make it 2-2. Just missed outside, 3-2. Rosarena waits on deck. Three-two, fouled away to the left. They'll do it again. Good battle here by Cal Raleigh. Left side again, foul. Good battle here by Cal. Nobody on, 1 out here in the 5th. 5-1 Mariners scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, looking to continue here in the 5th. And strike 3 called on a pitch off the plate. Been very inconsistent over there tonight. Cal just walks away, no words to be said. And there's 2 away here in the 5th after the Mariners scored 4 runs in the 4th. So that'll bring Randy Rosarena to the plate. Nobody on with 2 out. Right there for a strike, 0-1. For 2 with a couple ground outs is Rosarena. Homered in yesterday's game for the first time this season. 0-1 miss is just off the plate, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Inside now, and it's hitter's count to the Mariners cleanup man. Nobody on, 2 out here in the 5th. A 4-run lead for the Mariners. Swing and a miss way early as a Rosarena, and it's even at 2-2. The Deuce's wild offering is just off the plate, and it's full, 3-2. Polanco would be next here for the Mariners. The 3-2. Down the right field line, and they'll do it again. Good battle here by a Rosarena. And another payoff on the way. Chopped foul, they'll do it again. We'll see an 8th pitch of this at-bat here in the battle for keeping the inning alive. Another payoff. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Tied him up inside. And the Mariners go down to 1-2-3 in the 5th. Mitch Spence strikes out a Rosarena. And it's 5-1 Seattle after 5. We welcome you back to T-Mobile Park. Mariners lead by 4. 7 hits compared to the Athletics 4. 5-1 our score. Bryce Miller looking good through 5 innings of work. Top half of inning number 6. Brent Rooker to lead things off here for the Athletics. And the first pitch is right there for a strike, 0-1.
0-1.
Miller has 75 pitches here, starting the 6th inning. Typically in the majors, the starter's goal is to get through 6 innings, let your bullpen take over for the back 3. Miller's only allowed the 1 run on 1 mistake. It was a home run by Seth Brown, as this one's hit on the ground to the right side, and Ryan Bliss who makes the play, and there's 1 out here in the 6th. So Rooker is retired. And that'll make way to Langoliers here with nobody on. 1 out here in the 6th. Chopper foul. 0-1. Right there for a strike, 0-2. Pitch number 80 on the way here from Bryce Miller, trying to set down Langoliers on 3 pitches. And this one's in the air down the right field line. Long run for Robles, and it goes foul. Take a look at the pitch count to this point. Most pitches he's thrown in an inning was in the 5th. He threw 23, 16 in the 4th. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And there's 2 away here in the 6th. Bryce Miller looking good with strikeout number 5. And now J.J. Bleday, 2 out, nobody aboard. Attacks the first pitch and sends it out of play, 0-1. 0 for 7 in his career against Miller. The 0-1. In there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Bryce Miller looking to get out of the 6th. Another 1-2-3 attempt, and it's just off the plate, 1-2. Again outside on pitch number 85, and it's 2-2. Deuce is wild. And a fly ball into left field. Randy Arozarena settles under it, and Bryce Miller is through 6. Pretty good innings of work here in Seattle. He's at 86 pitches. We'll see what they want to do going into the 7th. But for now, it'll be 5, 6, and 7 for the Mariners. Jorge Polanco set to stand in here to start the bottom half of inning number 6. Mariners lead by 4. It's 5-1. Polanco 1 for 2 with a double hit earlier in the ball game. First pitch down, 1-0. Just
That's
off
a
the
ball.
plate, 2-0.
Outside.
Hammer to the left side, but snared by Urshela. And the throw to first is in time for out number 1.
Yeah, we got this.
So Polanco is retired to start the 6th, and that'll make way to Luke Raley. 107 miles an hour off the bat on that ground ball by Polanco into the hot corner. Now Luke Raley, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. 243 average last year, off to a good start this year. Inside,
That's
1 ball, no strikes.
Inside.
Line drive left field, and Raley's got another hit. 1 out single here in the 6th. And a good start to the season continues for Luke. Now Mitch Garver. 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. A run scored in this game as well. His first appearance here in 2025. Off to a good start. Runner on first here with 1 out.
No,
Just
that's
missed
down.
downstairs,
Ball.
1-0.
No, he
Misses
saved.
1-0.
That's
Inside,
Ball.
2 balls and no strikes. This ball's ripped but foul, and it's hitters count at 2-1. Runner on first here with 1 out in the 6th. Mariners lead by 4. And we'll take that right on the black, call the ball, and it's 3-1 to Garver. Ryan Bliss waits on deck. Three and 1 to Garver. Just in there, 3-2.
Full count.
Luke Raley, the runner on over at first, here with 1 out in the 6th. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And there's 2 away. Third strikeout out of the bullpen for Mitch Spence. Take a look at StatCast. 5 inches of pitch break on that cutter. And Garver is retired swinging. So now 2 away with a runner on first here for Seattle. That'll bring Ryan Bliss, who's off to a red-hot start to start 2025 in his first opening day start. Runner takes off from his knees. He throws safe, but second is Raley. And a stolen base first of the year for Luke Raley. Kind of a quietly fast runner over there. It doesn't look like he should be as fast as he is. He got up to 19.16 miles an hour. And the throw from the knees is not going to get that done. And here, Ryan Bliss with a runner in scoring position. The 0-1. Ooh. Very inconsistent on that part of the plate tonight. And it's 0-2. Fouled it away, stays alive. Spence about to throw his 40th pitch out of the bullpen here. It's an 0-2 pitch to Bliss. And it nearly hit him, and it's 1-2. 4-run lead for the Mariners. They scored all 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. Bliss rips this one to left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Garver around third will come in to score. And it's 6-1 Seattle. Ryan Bliss continues his stellar start to 2025. And it's 6-1 Mariners, and now Crawford stands in and takes a strike. Crawford 2 for 2 with a double and a single, a couple RBIs on his ledger here tonight. Mariners back up by 5, and Crawford to the gap in right center. Could be trouble. It's down for a base hit. Bliss will cruise home to score. Crawford into second. It's another RBI double for J.P. Crawford, and it's 7-1. 3 for 3 game for Crawford. And the Mariners are pouring it on again. Now back to the top of the order we go here for Seattle. 7-1 now for Victor Robles, who takes a strike. More two-out hitting for the Mariners. They've scored 6 of their 7 runs with 2 outs in this game. No balls and a strike. Inside, 1-1.
1-1.
Fly ball into center. Flade back a few steps will make the play, and the side is retired, but J.P. Crawford continues to stay hot. 3 for 3 today, and he drives in a pair. 7-1, Seattle. New pitcher into the game for Seattle, Gregory Santos. Appeared in one game, and it didn't go very well. That was yesterday. In that crazy ninth inning, Mariners went into the ninth inning leading 15-2. Came out winning 15-9 the final score. And Santos did not have a very good outing, looking to turn that around here tonight. As the first pitch he throws is fouled off by Zach Geloff, who is 0 for 2. That one's outside, 1-1. Tyler Saucedo, who also got beaten up yesterday, waits on deck. Back towards the middle. Crawford can't get it. Base hit into center. Good effort there by J.P. Crawford. And it's a leadoff single for Zach Geloff here in the 7th. And now Gio Urshela to the plate. First pitch, hammered. Down the line and fouled just wide of the pole. Lucky break for Santos. And they'll do it over again at 0-1. And this one's in the dirt, gets past Cal. And Santos continues to struggle. And the runner did not move up on that, so he stays at first base here. Slap foul. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Fly ball right field. Long run, Robles. Can't get it. Base hit. And the Athletics have runners on first and second now here with nobody out. The early season struggles continue for Gregory Santos. It's a little bloop single for Seth Brown. Now at the plate. Runners on first and second with nobody out in a 6-run game. Fouled away, nothing in 1. Brown 1 for 2, homered back in the 5th. The 1 run on the board for the Athletics is his lead for the Mariners. Santos in trouble early in this one.
1-1.
0-1, 1-1. This ball is hung over the plate and a base hit to left. Rosarena gets it quickly. Throw to the plate is offline. RBI single for Seth Brown. 3 straight unscathed hitters for the Athletics, and they get a run across, and it's 7-2. And Santos continues to struggle to start the season. And now Tyler Soderstrom, who homered yesterday, stands in. Still nobody out. Outside ball 1. So those were the concerns for Mariner fans in the offseason. Their starting staff is good. How good will their bullpen be after the starters are done for the evening? Lucky for the Mariners that their offenses have been very good to start the year, or else we could be staring at some trouble here in the opening series of the season. I mean, yesterday they went into the 9th inning leading 15-2, came out winning the game 15-9. They give up 7 runs in the 9th inning with the bullpen. Diving stop over there at first base, and the race to the bag is won for out number 1. Good play there by Mitch Garver over at first base. And now Lawrence Butler will stand in, top of the Athletics order up to the plate. Runners on second and third with 1 out. Dangerous territory here for Santos. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. That diving stop over there by Garver might have saved a couple runs. See if Santos can take advantage of it. This ball's ripped right field. Robles over. Diving off his glove. He can't make the catch. The runners had to tag briefly. A run will come in, and it's 7-3. What an effort out there by Robles in right field. It hit his glove, but he couldn't make the catch. Runners had to tag briefly, so only one run can come in. But Robles might have saved a couple runs. Just one run comes across, and that'll be it for Santos. 2 outings so far, neither of them have been good. And Santos comes out. Athletics trying to make it a game again here in Seattle. Trent Thornton will come out. He had a good appearance last night. 1 game under his belt so far. It was last night, pitched just over an inning. 1.1, did not give up a run. Mariners went to 3 different pitchers out of the bullpen yesterday, and Thornton was the only one to not give up a run. And he comes out here with runners on second and third with 1 out in a 4-run game. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
0-1.
Breaking ball, popped him up. And the catch is made over there at first for out number 2. Luke Rayleigh made the diving play earlier. Secures that one for out number 2, and now here comes Brent Rooker to the plate, 1 for 3 with a single. 4-run Mariner lead, a couple runs home here in the 7th. Mariners bullpen trying to hang on, still second and third, but this time with 2 outs. Brent Rooker to the plate, 1 for 3. Outside ball 1.
Out.
You can feel the anxiety in this ballpark here for the Mariners. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Thornton, 6 foot tall, 190, 31 years of age from Charlotte, North Carolina, drafted back in 2015, went to the University of North Carolina. Last year, a 3.61 ERA out of the Mariners bullpen. Line drive, foul, lucky break. And it's 2-1. Made his major league debut back in 2019. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 hits, struck out 8 against the Detroit Tigers.
Ball.
That was in his time with the Toronto Blue Jays. Spent 5 years with Toronto. Came over to Seattle in the middle of the 23 season. And he's been with the Mariners ever since, trying to get out of this jam here, 3-1. Inside, he walked in, bases are loaded, and the tying run comes to the plate here for the Athletics. And it's their cleanup man, Shea Langoliers, with the bases juiced, representing the tying run at the dish. Bases loaded with 2 out for the cleanup man. Hard hit right side, 1 hop into the glove of Rayleigh, who takes it to the bag, and Trent Thornton gets the Mariners out of a big-time jam. The A's do score a couple runs, and it's 7-3 as we head to the 7th inning stretch in Seattle. New pitcher into the game for the Athletics, Jose Laceric, will come out 1 game, and he pitched an inning of shutout baseball here in the opener from T-Mobile Park. Julio Rodriguez will stand in 1 for 3 with a base set so far. The bottom 7, Mariners lead 7-3. Looking to add on and get a couple runs back. Strike 1 to Julio. Downstairs, 1-1. Left foul, 1-2 to count. Last night, Castillo, 10 strikeouts, allowed just 2 runs here against the Athletics. And the bullpen kind of fell apart, but the Mariners scored 15 runs, so that wasn't really a problem. Down the right field line, they'll give it a look, but it goes foul, and it remains 1-2. Breaking ball and a swing and a miss. Julio goes down swinging, and there's one away here in the 7th. So 1 out, nobody aboard. Here's the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. 1 for 3 in the ball game with a base hit. Outside corner, another one of those calls that can go either way, and it's been going against the Mariners quite a bit. And it's strike 1 to count. Otanez and Ferguson warming up in the A's bullpen. No balls into strike, just
Ball,
downstairs,
down.
1-1. Chopper foul to the left, and it's a ball and 2 strikes towards the A's dugout. And Cal will have to protect the plate now. Here in a 4-run game, bottom 7. Nobody on, 1 out here for the Mariners. And the 1-2 to Cal is popped up on the infield. Zach Geloff waits for it to come down, and he squeezes it for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Julio and Raleigh both retired. And now that'll make way to the cleanup man, Randy Arozarena, who is 0 for 3 with a couple of groundouts and a strikeout. First full year here in a Mariners uniform. Homered in yesterday's game. First pitch stays
That's a
high,
ball.
1 ball, no strikes.
1-0.
Sarek historically has not had very good success here against the Mariners. Pitched a shutout inning in the opener and trying to pitch a shutout inning here, and he has done just that on a fly ball to straightaway center field, handled by Blade. And 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the 7th. We head to the 8th. Mariners lead by 4. New pitcher into the ball game for Seattle. Matt Brash will come out. 1 game under his ledger this year. He has a hold. Just 1 inning, didn't allow a run in the opener. And now the first task for him will be J.J. Blade, who is 0 for 3. Matt Brash, 26 years old, the Canadian from Kingston. 6'1", 173, drafted in the 4th round in 2019 by the Padres. Went to Niagara University. Last year for the Mariners, had a 3.06 ERA, 78 games appeared in, 70 innings pitched. He allowed just 3 home runs, walked just 29 batters. And he struck out 107. He did not appear last year, that was in 2023. Did not play last year due to injury. Swing and a miss, struck him out, good start here. And there's 1 away here in the 8th inning. So 1 away here for Zach Geloff, as the Athletics are down to their final 5 outs in this game. 3-pitch strikeout to start the appearance for Matt Brash here. And the first pitch to Geloff is inside, 1-0. 35,256 the official attendance here tonight at T-Mobile Park on a beautiful Saturday evening. As opening week continues, Mariners looking to take the first 3 games of this 4-game set and go for the sweep tomorrow afternoon. 12:30 start here at T-Mobile Park. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. A 7-game homestand to start the year for the Mariners. They'll welcome the Detroit Tigers into town starting on Monday. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Matt Brash, 2 strikeouts out of the bullpen. And there's 2 away here in the 8th inning. And now Gio Urshela to the plate. He's had a good game. A couple singles and a run score. 2 out on a couple of strikeouts. And the first pitch to Urshela is right there for a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Little jam shot towards Bliss at second. Backhanded on the run. Makes the play. And a 1-2-3 inning thrown by Matt Brash in the 8th. We head to the bottom half. Mariners lead by 4. Bottom of inning number 8 here about to commence. As Jorge Polanco stands in for the Mariners. Last chance for Seattle to add on some insurance. They lead by 4 as they look to take the first 3 games of this series. Backdoor cutter for a strike, nothing in 1. Polanco rips it foul, and it's nothing in 2. Hit 2 homers in yesterday's game. That one was 107 miles an hour off the bat. He was just ahead of it. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Got him on the outside edge. Was just off the plate. Good circle change at 87 miles an hour, and there's one away here for Luke Raley, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a couple runs scored. He also has a stolen base here tonight. 1 out, bottom 8. And Raley takes a strike at 96 miles an hour. Nothing in 1. Just got a piece of it, and it's nothing in 2. Raley hit career highs in almost every batting statistic last year. Homers, walks, average. Looking to build that this year as well. Ooh. Borderline pitch called a strike. It might have just flipped the zone at the top. Raley can't believe it. Has some words to say as he walks towards the dugout. And there's quickly 2 away here in the 8th. Did flip the zone at the top. Borderline pitch. An inconsistent strike zone tonight. I think that's where most of the frustration lies with Raley. And there's 2 away, nobody aboard for Mitch Garver, who fouls the first pitch away. First game action for Mitch Garver here in 2025. Good start, 1 for 3, RBI single earlier in the ball game. Also scored a run. 7-3 Mariners lead. 2 out in the 8th, nobody aboard. And that one stays high, 1-1 to Garver. Popped him up. Shallow center. Going back is Geloff, and he will call everybody up to make the catch. And the side is retired. All right, here we go. Mariners lead by 4 going to the 9th. As they try to close this baby out and get the series win here to start 2025. They're going to leave Matt Brash out there here to start the 9th inning in a 4-run game. Seth Brown will be the leadoff man here for the A's. As Matt Brash looks to hold the A's here. As first pitch is in there for a strike, nothing in 1. Just in case, you have Hancock and Spear warming up in the Mariner bullpen. Four-run lead for the Mariners. First game for the first 3 games in this series, as this one swung on a miss, nothing in 2. First game for the Mariners where they have not hit a home run. They scored all 7 runs the old-fashioned way. 0-2, fly ball right center. Julio converges with Robles. It'll be Julio to make the catch for out number 1. Now the 9-hole hitter Tyler Soderstrom, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. 1 out, nobody aboard here in a 4-run game in the 9th. First pitch.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
My goodness. Inconsistency tonight from behind the plate. And gifted a ball is Soderstrom. 1 ball, no strikes. And downstairs 2-0.
That's a ball.
2-0 pitch, breaking ball misses down 3-0. Lawrence Butler waits on deck here for the A's. Brash didn't get help with the call to start this at-bat, but he's still down 3-0, and finally pounds in a strike, 3-1. Swinging away on 3-1, and he skies it to left field. And Rosarena's got it for the out number 2. And the struck him out. How about it, Matt Brash? A 1-2-3 ninth inning, a 7-3 final score, and the Mariners win it. And they win the series, and they'll go for the sweep tomorrow afternoon, starting at 12:30. And what a start to the new campaign here in 2025. Starting pitching is looking excellent. Bryce Miller will get the win. Jeffrey Springs gets the loss. And the Mariners lead the series 3-0 and will go for a sweep tomorrow to start 2025. First game of the year where the Mariners do not hit any home runs. They did it on 10 hits, 7 runs scored. J.P. Crawford had a big game. Pitching was good. Seth Brown sent one into the seats in right field early in the ball game, but the Mariners offense along with their pitching staff was too much to handle once again for the Athletics. They win it 7-3, the final score. First pitch tomorrow at 12:30, first day game of the year for the Mariners as they look to sweep the Athletics to start 2025. What a game, what a night, as we say goodnight from the Emerald City in Seattle.